You thought they would never leave you. You believed their whispered promises, the tender touch that lingered like a haunting melody. But here you are, in the dark, alone. You thought it was love. You thought it was connection, but it was nothing more than a carefully crafted illusion, a soft trap fashioned from the silken threads of your own longing. Each word, each touch, a spell binding you to a fantasy you were too afraid to question. You cling to the illusion that safety lies in the embrace of another. You tell yourself that belonging protects you, wraps you in its warm cocoon. In a crowded room, you seek those familiar faces, the comforting laughter. The air grows heavy with anticipation as you lean in, expecting to be seen, recognized for who you are. Yet instead, you become nothing but a stranger weaving your way into the fabric of their story, losing yourself with every breath. But take a breath now. Feel the chill in the air. Can you sense it? The stillness? That faint crackle, the moment before the truth shatters your world? You, not someone else. You. You thought you were loved for your light, your authenticity, but you were molded, crafted into the ideal reflection of their desires. A mere projection dancing on the wall of their imagination. Carl Jung said, "The greatest tragedy of the human psyche is that we all want to be loved but fail to recognize our own shadow." So, how much longer will you dance for the approval of another? How much longer will you hide behind their expectations? The emotional cost is staggering, isn't it? Like moths to flame, you sacrifice your essence at the altar of their approval. You lose sleep, wear masks, twist yourself into forms that no longer resemble truth. You are not merely ignored, but erased. The ritual, the breaking, lies in the act of seeing your shadow in the light, in facing the monster within, in confronting the burden of your own projection. Gather the courage to withdraw, to stand in the discomfort of your own solitude. This is the birthright of your individuality. Now, let's strip it deeper. You've allowed yourself to be lulled into a slumber, haven't you? Believing that the quiet acceptance of your partner's vision would bring happiness. Yet the price pays with your integrity, your spirit, your very soul. Inside, the discomfort churns, doesn't it? You nod along while your body screams, suffocating under the weight of expectations that feel foreign, heavy like stone. You can feel the air tremble around you, can't you? The silence before the truth implodes. You, not someone else. You thought that by being what others wanted, you would be enough. But what if I told you, you never were? In that silence, Jung taught us, a revelation awaits. Individuation. The relentless voyage toward reclaiming your essence. The horrifying beauty of it embraces you, wounds you, but ultimately sets you free. To heal, you must sever ties with the illusions that bind you. The uncomfortable truth surfaces. True connection withstands when you recognize your own worth beyond their projections. Imagine the ritual, standing in front of a mirror, feeling your own heartbeat, drowning in the depths of your gaze. It's here, in this unyielding silence, where your unwavering power springs to life. Every fixed smile that falters, every approval that fades, every echo of laughter that feels false, must fall away. Oh, the illusion runs deeper. The masks we wear become thick, don't they? You've donned the persona long enough to believe it was you, hiding behind the guise of love. Inane chatter fills your ears, drowning out the whisper of your own heart. Collectively, we build a fortress around us, a sacred haven where we convince ourselves we are safe, even when we remain utterly alone. Recall that moment, the taste of ash in your mouth after the fire has gone out, the scent of burnt dreams hanging heavy in the air. Can you feel it? You, not someone else. You thought that to be loved is to be seen, but the cruelest betrayal comes when you are finally recognized and yet still not understood. The most profound truth shatters you. That which you sought in others was always meant to be found within. This is Jung's truth. The spiritual cost of living with a mask robs your essence, suffocates authenticity. The ritual of individuation urges you to peel back these layers. Do you dare step out of the shadows? Face the chaos of your own creation, dismantle the illusions, gather the scattered fragments of your spirit and lay them bare before existence. This isn't about healing. It's about radical acceptance of who you truly are. That is where liberation is birthed. And so it comes. The fire, the dirt, the mirror. Each element whispers a secret, demanding that you ignite the illusion once and for all. Stand in the ashes of what never was. Dance with the echoes of your past, but do not lean into them. Take a deep breath now. Let the stillness enshroud you. In that silence lies the brave choice to own your narrative and cut the chains of falsehood. You don't need more healing. You need to stop lying about who you are. Let the fragmented pieces cohere into something greater. Stand in that fire and burn away the masks. Conjure forth the strength that abides in your solitude. Only then will you emerge reborn, unrecognizable, yet wholly you. The cleansing sky darkens as the final illusion collapses under your own weight. You were never as fragile as they portrayed you. It was your own accepting embrace of their chaos that shattered you. You were never betrayed. You betrayed your own truth. A candle flickers in the dim autumn breeze. Its flame sings sorrowful tunes against the encroaching dark. Footsteps echo in the distance. A child laughing, unfettered by the illusions we carry. The scent of earth, fresh rain, the bittersweet moment of feeling alive, untamed and unbroken. Take this disquiet you feel in your chest, the wounds that throb with every heartbeat. Do not bury them further. Do not cast them into the shadows. Instead, send it forth to those still lost in the game of pleasing and performing, to the one trapped in the narrative that was never theirs to own. They need that mirror, that reflection. You were never seen, because you never dared to show yourself. In the ruins of your illusions, where silence becomes a haunting companion, lies an undeniable truth. You are both the artist and the canvas of your own existence. The battle rages not among their expectations, but within the depths of your own discontent. Every smile that masks your sorrow, every forced laugh that echoes hollow in the chambers of your heart, sends ripples through your being. You thought you were holding it together, yet the truth lies cracked beneath the surface, waiting for the moment to erupt. Can you feel that crackle of tension in the atmosphere, that slow build of resentment? You stand on the precipice of a revelation, grappling with the weight of your own choices. Jung spoke of the unconscious, a silent force that guides our actions without our awareness. What if that force has led you into the very labyrinth of your making? You are lost in a theater of projections, where every role you play further distances you from the essence of who you truly are. Every time you suppress your voice, placing someone else's needs above your own, you inch closer to a revelation that will cut through the darkness like a lightning bolt. The truth will shatter the glass of illusion, one jagged piece at a time. Can you hold the shards? Can you gather them in your hands without flinching? Because in each fracture lies a story, a piece of your truth begging for recognition. When you confront your shadow, when you begin to see all that you have hidden away, the world may indeed recoil. You will feel their judgment pressed down upon you, a weight you believe to be unbearable. But perhaps, just perhaps, that judgment is a reflection of their own fear. Fear of confronting their own shadows, fear of the power that lies dormant within them, a power they have yet to claim. As you delve deeper, the voices grow louder, echoing the fears instilled by those who never dared to voice their own. They will torment you with stories of inadequacy and failure. You thought you were doing it right, playing the part of the dutiful partner, the best friend, the accommodating soul. But in that role, you lost the essence of your own narrative. You became a mere footnote in someone else's tale, a passive participant on the periphery of your own life. This realization stings, doesn't it? You thought that by pleasing others, you would find fulfillment, But fulfillment is not found in the gaze of others. It comes from an internal wellspring, a fierce acknowledgement of your own worth that does not waver with the shifting tides of opinion. The ritual awaiting you is one of confrontation with your self-imposed limitations. It calls for an exorcism, a fire that will cleanse the toxic remnants of your compliance. Can you imagine what it feels like to stand at the edge of that flame, staring into the heart of your own hesitance? The warmth offers no comfort. Instead, it burns with the intensity of your forgotten dreams, beckoning you forth to inhabit your truth. Those moments of self-doubt will always be there, rippling through the recesses of your psyche. They are the remnants of a past where you learned that to love was to sacrifice yourself. But it's time to let them go. The ghosts of your past are not your guardians. They are your captors. You thought you would never escape, that their whispers were your only truth. But the moment has come for you to rise, to take back what is rightfully yours. Collect the pieces of your story, the fragments that feel scattered and disjointed, and weave them together in a tapestry that speaks of your resilience. Each thread tells a tale, a loss, a lesson, a moment of clarity. And that creates a richer understanding of your journey. Do not shy away from the pain. Embrace it. It is the crucible from which you shall emerge anew. But it's not just about confronting the pain. It's about discovering joy in the spaces that have remained dormant. Allow laughter to course through you again, as if the echoes of your past collide with the joyous anticipation of the future. The paradox of existence reveals itself fully when you allow both light and shadow to dance together. Each brings depth to your understanding of self. Now understand this. True freedom cannot be found in the approval or recognition of others. The shackles of expectation can only be shed when you acknowledge that you are enough, all on your own. The liberation lies within, the moment you cease to perform for those who merely wish to observe. You are not a spectacle. You are not an actor in a play meant to entertain. You are the playwright, and it's time to declare your narrative. With every step away from their expectations, you take one closer to your authentic self. Yes, there will be discomfort. There will be moments of loneliness as you shed the layers of who you were. But what awaits you on the other side is the gift of genuine connection, the risk of discovering those who can meet you at your depth, unafraid to stand beside you in both shadow and light. As you continue to shed the illusions, the mirrors become clearer. You will encounter those who spark the flame of your growth, helping you illuminate the path ahead. Yet there will also be those who resist the light you embody. They will see your transformation as a threat to their comfort, and in turn, they may lash out or retreat. Understand that this is not a reflection of your worth. It simply marks their own discomfort with the flickering truth you are beginning to embody. There is beauty in detachment, in the ability to foster relationships based on mutual respect rather than need. The moment you step into your sovereignty, inviting your innermost shadows to dance, you will attract those whose spirits resonate with your own. It is an intricate and powerful balance, recognizing that each connection formed holds the potential for deep understanding, acceptance, and authentic love. The essential truth, then, is this: love, genuine love, does not demand compliance or conformity. It flourishes in the embrace of uniqueness, celebrating every quirk and flaw. When you stand in your own light, you invite others to do the same. You become a lighthouse, illuminating a safe path through the fog for those still lost in chaos. This is your journey, a pilgrimage toward embracing the full spectrum of your humanity. And within that journey lies profound wisdom, the understanding that purity of connection is not born of absence or neediness, but of a deep and abiding respect for both self and other. As you navigate through this wilderness of self-discovery, the path may twist and turn unexpectedly. There will be days when the shadows loom larger than life, whispering sweet lies of unworthiness, attempting to lure you back into the comfortable arms of conformity. But remember, your strength lies in your willingness to confront those shadows, to sit with them in their discomfort, and to understand their origins. They are not the enemy. They are merely guides, teaching you lessons about resilience, courage, and the immeasurable depth of your spirit. Each time you resist the pull to shrink back into the mold others have cast for you, you forge a new piece of your identity. You begin to reclaim the fragments of your essence that once felt shattered. The raw emotion that courses through you invites both pain and joy to coexist, harmonizing into a symphony of existence. This delicate dance is not for the faint-hearted. It requires an unwavering commitment to authenticity and an acceptance of the inherent contradictions of being human. Consider the metaphor of fire. It consumes, it destroys, but it also purifies, allowing new life to flourish in its wake. This fire resides within you, waiting for the moment you dare to ignite it. As it burns through the outdated beliefs and restraints imposed by others, it cleanses your spirit, leaving room for something new and vibrant to grow. In the ashes lies your true strength. It is the foundation upon which you will build your renewed self. When you embrace your shadows and walk through that fire, you become a testament to resilience, a living paradox of vulnerability and strength. No longer do you seek validation in the eyes of others. You anchor yourself in your own self-acceptance. The opinions of those who once held sway over your sense of self begin to fade into the background. The profound relief of autonomy washes over you as you recognize the powerful truth. You do not need permission to exist as your authentic self. The further you venture into this journey of individuation, the clearer the horizon becomes. You discover the myriad shades of your existence, a rich palette of experiences that weave together to form the tapestry of your life. Every triumph, every setback, and every moment of clarity contributes to the magnificent complexity that is you. You no longer shy away from the kaleidoscope of emotions. Instead, you embrace them as integral parts of your multifaceted self. In this space of acceptance, you cultivate empathy, both for yourself and for others. You recognize that everyone is wrestling with their own shadows, navigating their own labyrinthine paths. No one is immune to the struggles of the human experience. This understanding encourages you to extend kindness and compassion, allowing meaningful connections to blossom with those who brave their own inner battles. As your relationship with yourself deepens, it becomes a beacon for others. They cannot help but be drawn to your authenticity and your courage to be vulnerable. You lead by example, embodying the belief that true strength lies not in perfection, but in embracing imperfection. You become the lighthouse in the stormy waters of expectation, illuminating the way for those navigating similar waters. In this space of newfound freedom, you may find yourself shedding relationships that no longer serve your growth. It's a delicate process, one that requires discernment and courage. Some may cling to you, unwilling to loosen their grip on the connection that has become superficial, but you must honor your journey above all. Not everyone will appreciate your transformation, but those who truly resonate with your essence will remain. Perhaps the hardest lesson is learning to say goodbye to those who cannot walk with you on this evolving path. It is not a reflection of your worth, but rather a recognition that growth sometimes demands separation. You are stepping into your truth, carrying with you the blessings of those who have supported you while releasing those who would tether you to an outdated narrative. As you embrace these necessary changes, deepen your trust in the universe and the natural flow of life. Surrender to the ebb and flow of connections, understanding that life is a dynamic interplay of meeting and parting. Each encounter has a purpose. Some last a season, while others are woven into the very fabric of your being. With time, you learn to appreciate the beauty of transience. You recognize that endings also make way for new beginnings, fresh opportunities for growth and learning. In this dance with impermanence, you discover grace, resilience, and the freedom to craft your own narrative as you move forward. You stand vigilant, aware of the lingering shadows that threaten to dim your shine. But now, you have the tools to confront them, the courage to question them. You know that pain is a part of existence, but it need not define you. Instead, it becomes an integral thread in your tapestry, binding your experiences together in a narrative steeped in authenticity. As you traverse these uncharted territories, May you find solace in the stillness of your spirit. When the chaos intensifies, remember to pause, breathe, and reconnect with the unshakable core of your being. Lean into your intuition, for it is a wellspring of wisdom that will guide you through uncertainty. You are more than the sum of your experiences. You are an ever-evolving masterpiece in progress, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Your journey is uniquely yours, shaped by the trials you've faced, the shadows you've embraced, and the light you dare to shine unapologetically. So step forward into your life, not as the person you were told to be, but as the magnificent individual you have always been destined to become. Trust in yourself, trust in the wild beauty of your journey, and revel in the liberation that comes with living your truth. The world may hesitate to recognize your brilliance, but that is not your concern. You are the one creating the light now, illuminating the path for yourself and others, unapologetically real. In that acceptance, you find not just freedom, but also fulfillment, a deep-rooted joy that comes from honoring your essence and celebrating the beautifully imperfect journey that is life. Each step you take onward becomes a declaration of independence, a bold proclamation to the universe that you will no longer be a passive observer, but an active participant in the unfolding of your own story. She can feel the energy shift within the circle, a collective exhale of relief, as masks drop and facades dissolve. Every story we hear today is part of the tapestry that holds us together, she remarks, her words radiating a sense of unity. Through this sharing, they realize something profound. Embracing their vulnerabilities makes them stronger. It builds bridges where once there were walls and allows them to accept one another in genuine, unfiltered ways. Alex, feeling the momentum grow, suggests they take turns offering a piece of themselves, a memory, a sorrow, a hope. One by one, they begin to weave their stories into the fabric of the evening. I remember the first time I felt visible, says a man in the corner. It was as if the world peeled back layers to reveal my heart. I wish I could feel that again. The group nods, glancing knowingly at one another. In each tale, they see reflections of their own struggles played out like a symphony, unique yet hauntingly familiar. As another person shares tales of loss, Maya feels the unwavering connection deepening. It's within this crucible of vulnerability that something begins to forge, a sense of belonging, of acceptance. Time slips by unnoticed, and as the hour grows late, the candles flicker gently, mirroring their faces that glow with newfound warmth. That night becomes a milestone, a genesis of something beautiful and transformative. It isn't just a circle, it's a sanctuary, brimming with untold potential. After the gathering, they descend into the ordinary flow of life, yet underneath the surface, shadows begin to flicker with hope. With every connection made, the weight of loneliness starts to lessen, replaced by the sparkle of genuine companionship. They begin to meet regularly, always refreshing the space with stories exchanged, tears shed, and laughter shared. Old wounds begin to heal. Beauty unfolds amid the crumpled ruins of their pasts. Alex experiences evenings where, for the first time in years, he doesn't feel compelled to reach for the bottle. Instead, he engages in conversations that fill him up more than any drink ever could. He learns to see himself as more than a collection of flaws, recognizing that vulnerability doesn't make him weak, but connects him to others in ways he never thought possible. Maya blooms, stepping into authenticity as she shares her struggles with being seen. The layers she had hidden behind begin to peel away, revealing her unvarnished self and igniting sparks of creativity long left dormant. I want to create something beautiful out of these experiences, she declares one evening, excitement lacing her voice. Something that captures this connection. Ryan leans in, his enthusiasm bubbling over as they brainstorm ideas for a collaborative piece, a collective weaving of their stories into a visual tapestry that encapsulates their shared experiences. They imagine an art installation, one that could invoke an emotional journey for all who encounter it. This is our way of bringing others in, Ryan suggests, to give voice to those who still feel silenced. As they sketch plans and brainstorm ideas, plans take form. Overwhelmed by their vision, they each feel an exhilarating sense of purpose. Months slip by as they work tirelessly on their project, pouring their own stories into each section, merging their narratives into a vivid array, colors flowing, shapes intertwining, emotions swirling together. The installation begins to take shape, blossoming into something beyond their wildest expectations. It's a living testament to resilience, showcasing the beauty of vulnerability and the power of community. In preparation for their unveiling, they flip through the stories shared that inspired it. Each layer represents a voice, a heart exposed, an echo of hope amid the darkness. The day finally arrives. They gather, assembling pieces of their shared creation with nervous energy thrumming beneath their skin. "Maya," Ryan says, glancing at his friend, "are you ready for this?" She smiles, a glimmer of excitement illuminating her features. "This is it. We've poured our hearts in here, and it's time to share it with the world." As the sun dips below the horizon, they breathe in the palpable energy around them. The exhibition begins, inviting others to engage with their art, to share in the communion of stories, each attendee feeling the resonance ripple through them. In that moment, they have transformed from mere seekers of connection into bearers of light, guiding others to confront their shadows and embrace what it means to be truly alive. Through their journey, they've learned that community exists not just in numbers, but in the delicate, powerful act of bearing witness to one another. As the night unfolds, filled with conversations and connections blooming organically, they step back and watch the magic unfurl. Strangers embrace, eyes sparkle with recognition, and collective healing journeys begin to ripple outward. Alex, Maya, and Ryan stand together, a circle now larger, infused with purpose, recognizing the beauty in vulnerability, the power in shared stories, and the profound wisdom of belonging.